And good evening, everybody. Along with Sweet D, Walt Davis, I'm Drew Goodman. I don't care who you are, unless you're in a coffin, you get fired up when you see Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. Even the cynics in the media get fired up. And I imagine if you're a player, you especially get fired up.
Well, you get fired up because you're playing the world champions. Also, there's a sellout crowd. Only visit here to the United Center. You beat the Chicago Bulls. That can kind of make your season.
That's right. And I think this sellout crowd, before the evening's over, may serenade Michael Jordan in a version of Happy Birthday. He turned 34 yesterday, and his game hasn't slipped any, has it?
It hasn't slipped at all, I don't think. I think he's a much better player because he understands the game much more now. And if he's not going to the basket flying for those slam dunks, he's able to set himself up and his teammates to make them look better and to raise their level of play. Just an excellent job once again from Michael Jordan.
Well, let's take a look at his season numbers compared to his career numbers. If you wanted to nitpick, he's down a little bit in scoring. Field goal percentage down ever so slightly. Well, his game hasn't dropped off much, but he's changed his game a little bit.
Well, he's changed his game because the guys are giving him the jump shot now. They're not opening the lane like we used to see the Michael Jordan flying through there, not challenging as much. They're really giving him the outside shot, daring him to make it.
Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen up front. Luke Longley gets the start in the middle. Ron Harper, along with, in many people's opinion, the greatest player to ever play the game, number 23, Michael Jordan. And Phil Jackson, he has the best regular season record in NBA history in terms of winning percentage. So many rumors about him leaving Chicago, and he was saying before the game, I don't know why all of these rumors exist. Why wouldn't I want to come back to the best team in the league? And that makes perfectly good sense. Our key matchup tonight, Jordan and Stith. Jordan is Stith's idol. They wear the same number. Tough assignment, to say the least.
Well, tough assignment for Brian Stith, but Brian Stith told us before the game, this is Virginia against North Carolina. He's pumped up for this matchup.
Nuggets come out. Brian Stith came out on the floor early to shoot tonight, and he was kidding you, Walt, because, of course, you're an alum of North Carolina. Michael Jordan went to North Carolina, and he went to Virginia. And he says, you know what? The Wahoos are going to get Carolina. It's going to start happening tonight.
He did say that, so we'll have to see how that's matchup. It is our key matchup of the night.
But you don't want to tug on Superman's cape.
No,
who learned that? Jeff Van Gundy learned that earlier this year.
He learned it, and George Karl learned it also.
A young 51 on the Knicks after Jeff Van Gundy suggested that Michael tried to befriend all of his opponents, and then George Karl said Michael was trying to preserve himself, not to go to the hole as much, and then he hung 45 on the Seattle Sonics after that one. The Bulls extend that defense out to about 30 feet. They make it so hard to get good shots. Jordan pulls it away. Michael, especially in first quarters, Walt, seems to want to get his teammates involved.
Well, he doesn't really look to shoot that much. Just is trying to get the feel of the game. Has a great feel for the game. And you see right there penetrating, trying to get Luke Longley going.
And the Bulls lead 5-2. Jackson against Harper. There's a steal by Jordan. Two-man game with Harper. Harper back to Michael. Space Jam.
Well, this Bulls team, the only weakness they have is shot blocking. But the pressure defense, they play in the passing lane. It's so tough. They disrupt you in your offense. You got to run strong cuts to beat the Chicago Bulls if you want to execute in your way.
Let's take a look at Michael Jordan a moment ago, Walt. So much is said about his offense. Maybe the greatest defensive guard ever to play this game.
Well, Michael Jordan has great anticipation, great quickness, and you see right there, just getting the ball right to Ron Harper. 2-on-1, you should always score. They executed very well.
Pistons. There's Phil Jackson. Keep reading it in the papers that he's coming to Denver next year. Now the paper's saying he might be going to Orlando. Of course, Brian Hill was fired earlier today. The thing that doesn't make any sense is Jordan hits is why would he want to leave Chicago?
Well, I think he has a great situation here. He signed a one-year deal. So did Michael Jordan. If Phil Jackson is back, Michael Jordan will be back. That's good play by Antonio McDyess. Dennis, Scottie Pippen is playing such great defense on Alfonso Ellis. These other guys have got to make themselves available and take some of the pressure off.
Wonderful fake by Jordan, and he knocks down a 12-footer. He has a half dozen. got stiff off his feet. Highest scoring team in the league. And Jordan elevates and knocks another jumper down. Michael in double figures with 10. He had 31 against the Nuggets back in November. Scoring leaders in the NBA brought to you by Gatorade. Michael Jordan leading the way. And Dennis Rodman leading the rebound parade. Jason Williams next with New Jersey. How about that trade? New Jersey and Dallas. You know what? If you're a Dallas Maverick fan, everything that you may have purchased at the beginning of the season.
He plays hard, and Jason Caffey is carried on with that. Played very well in Dennis Rodman's absence for the Chicago Bulls.
Long rebound to Kukoc. Jordan, stand-up three. And Michael has 13, his first triple of the game. Michael Jordan with 13, Scottie Pippen with 14, Steve Kerr off the bench with 10. You add it up and the Bulls have a 12-point lead on the Denver Nuggets from the United Center in Chicago. And welcome back. I'm Drew Goodman. Michael Jordan has done just about everything, not only in this game, but seemingly everywhere else in terms of endorsements, and now he has hit Hollywood. He's a many-time All-Star. He had the first triple-double in All-Star history just a week and a half ago in Cleveland. He went to North Carolina, as you know. So did Walt Davis. They're old friends, and earlier Walt had a chance to sit down with his old buddy.
Michael, with the Denver Nuggets, all my players have been getting on me because the Tar Heels got off to such a bad start. But how do you think the Tar Heels are going to end this season?
Hopefully they come on strong. They're very young. I had the opportunity to play with them last summer a little bit, and they're missing some of the outside shooting, so a lot of teams are zoning them pretty much. But they're very good athletes, and I think Coach Smith is just going to bring them along very slowly. And hopefully by the playoff, by the NCAAs, they're playing a lot stronger.
Good. Your team is 45-6. How do you feel so far with the season this far for the Bulls?
It's been a great season so far. We've gone through a lot of different ups and downs, with Dennis being out for about 15 games, and then Luke was hurt because of his body surfing incident. But I think that's made us a stronger basketball club because we had to go deeper in our bench and find some of our young players to come up big for us. And I think when we get everybody healthy and we start playing together, I think we're going to make us stronger down the stretch.
That's good. Do you feel this Bulls team is better than last year's team?
I think we're better because we've been together that much longer. I think we've experienced some success together, and I think we know each other that much more, and we can expect certain players to live up to certain roles, and I think that makes us a better basketball club.
What if we take a little look into the future, what do you see for Michael Jordan next season?
Well, hopefully I'm back in the Chicago Bulls uniform. I want to continue to play, and I think, as everyone knows, it's an organization decision whichever direction they want to go. And if that means that they want to go young, they go young. I don't think I'd be playing anywhere else. I think for the most part I retire, and maybe I'll watch and play golf with you. I don't know.
Well, my youngest daughter, Jordan, and I went and saw your movie, and we were a little upset you didn't get nominated for an Academy Award. But how was it doing that movie, and do you plan to do any more?
I haven't had anything on my plate right now. I think the first time was a great experience for me. It took a lot of work. It took a lot of time out of my schedule, and I would love to do it somewhere down the road, but right now it's nothing in the plans, and it was a good experience for me.
Thank you very much. Back to you, Drew.
All right, Walter, thank you very much. There's the Hall of Fame numbers for Michael Jordan. You go back to '85 when he was Rookie of the Year. He's got gold medals. He's got movie titles. And, yeah, I'm disappointed, too, he didn't get nominated for an Academy Award. I like where Michael said if the Bulls would have him back, he'll be back next year. Somehow I think the Bulls will have him back, and we'll be back. You were saying, Walt, you enjoy watching the Bulls, and obviously everyone enjoys watching the Bulls and Jordan, but you enjoy watching it because as Jordan takes one in, another offensive rebound, because they run a number of plays.
Yes, they do. They execute. They have so many options off this triangle offense, and they get into it very quickly. So if the first or second option doesn't work, Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, you know how they can break you down, get to the basket.
Jordan nearly with the steal, and Steph throws it out of bounds. Tough defense from the glove.
Well, Michael Jordan is not playing like he has 3 fouls. You see right there, does a good job of not going for that fake. maintain good position in between the basket and Brian Stiff.
Playing a little bit like a guy that knows he might not get his fourth from the official, at least early in the third.
Yes, that's true.
10 on the shot clock. Pippen fakes the three. Good job by Irvin, but Michael Jordan's right there. Even Dennis Rodman's going to make that one. Beautiful feed from Michael.
Well, Dennis Rodman didn't expect that pass, but he had such good hands and quick. Got that ball up to score on that pass by Michael Jordan.
15-point Bull lead, not their largest. They're up 16 at one juncture in the first. Stiff. And there's another rebound for Rodman. He's starting to approach double figures. Jordan to Harper.
Well, these guys make it look easy. You see they got the ball right in the middle. Michael Jordan behind the back pass to Ron Harper. They just play so well together.
They're so unselfish.
Yeah.
Phil Jackson said one of the things that we want to do in the final half of the season, I mean, they have to create their own goals. They have to create things to keep it interesting because they're just rolling along. Well, the Bulls up 19, Walt, and they're putting on a show for the fans.
Yes, they sure are. You see Michael Jordan right there throwing that pass. Dennis Rodman, all eyes on Michael, leave Dennis Rodman wide open. And once again, using that peripheral vision to find the open Ron Harper behind the back pass for a three.
Michael has 8 assists in the game. Michael's numbers compared to some of the other great shooting guards in NBA history. Averaging 32 points a game in his career in search of his 9th career title. It's hands down, Walt. He's the best there's ever been.
Yes, and the thing that I like about the stat is only he and George Gervin were shooting over 50%.
11 for McDyess. Jordan upstairs from Scottie Pippen.
Well, the play is for Michael to come off that down screen for a pick, but Brian Stiff in the passing lane anticipating that. Jordan goes back door.
I was saying there's about 360 players in the NBA, and if Michael's lost anything, there's about 358 that would love to have his game right now. Maybe 359. 85-66. The Bulls showing their stuff. 5:51 to go in the third. Brian Stiff goes 1 of 2 from the line. 7th in the NBA in free throw shooting. That's unstoppable. You know about unstoppable shots? Bird had the fadeaway. Of course, Kareem had the sky hook. Michael now has the great fadeaway. He's always had that. The Nuggets shooting 50% for the game. Michael Jordan with another hoop. But the Bulls are shooting at 54%. Jordan has 21. And the Bulls have 3 of them. He can get autographs pretty easily from Michael Jordan and also the Chief, Robert Parrish, for the top 50.
That's true.
Michael fading away. Jordan has got it going here in the third. He's got 23. 18 for Steve Kerr in the game. A season high. The Bulls waltz past the Nuggets. It was a close first quarter. After that, Chicago flexing their muscles. They win 134-123. And it was a huge night for Scottie Pippen. A career-high 47 points. And he also added a few assists. Did a nice job on the glass. And the Bulls now 46-6, 24-1 at home. Our playback involves Michael Jordan. And why not? Our final appearance in Chicago. Michael, the beautiful wraparound pass to Ron Harper. And then Scottie Pippen and Michael connect on this play. Little alley-oop. And as we talked about, Walt, he can still get up, can't he?
Yes, he sure can. And I think it's because of maintaining good physical conditioning. The personal trainer, Michael Jordan, shows that he still has it, even though 34th birthday yesterday.